That's our jam.
What was I doing? Oh, yeah.
That bass, though. Let's start recording. Here we go. Over that. Just itchy ear. Itchy ear.
Well, it'd be nice to have this automated, or maybe have someone do it for us, huh?
Right.
Well,
we are here.
we have arrived. What is up, people?
Cello.
Ladies and gents, how is it going? Appreciate your patience. We're almost on time today. We're getting better at it. Seems like I'm busy all the way up until the point. But yeah, welcome back. Good to be here. Hopefully we got some people who want to chat with us and stuff, and got a few things to talk about. So yeah, man. You want to plug us real quick and get that knocked out? Where can they find us?
Yeah, check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We have all our episodes on there now, and it's gaining a little bit of traction. So I'm gonna upload this episode immediately when we're done today, just to have.
Nice.
Just need to get in the habit of doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna keep these up to date.
Heck yeah, I'm excited. Dude.
Yeah, and then you can watch our live stream 7 p.m. Wednesday and Saturdays on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and then check out our Twitter and Instagram.
Heck yeah, there you go. Give us some love, subscribe if you missed some of the earlier episodes. This is episode 33, by the way, so yeah, if you want to check out some of the earlier episodes and see what we were talking about, if you're curious, kind of just our progression, I guess.
Yeah, we're missing about 5 episodes because of technical difficulties on those, but yeah, they're up there.
Yeah, you know how that goes. That's when you're starting anything out, you gotta smooth the rough edges out.
I think since episode 8 or 9, though, every episode has been on there now, so.
Nice. So yeah, we're doing our best to get better and better at this, and kind of coming up with a little bit of ideas to try to make it interesting, I guess, and do our best to spice it up. You know, kind of like a boring ass sex life when you've been married to someone for 30 years. You gotta spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? You gotta start bringing toys into the mix and doing whatever your thing is. You know?
Yeah. So since you said that, should be our next podcast. We're gonna work on that this weekend or something. The new format that we're gonna.
I mean, I don't know if it's all just gonna be a snap of a finger and now we got it, but we can definitely start implementing. I already have one segment idea, so we just need topics for it.
Okay. I think we can easily do it. I think we'll have it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm just gonna say, all right, check us out on Wednesday. We're gonna do segmented.
Check us out on Wednesday, and we need to get a guest lined up. We got a few prospects here, and I just been lacking on reaching out to them. Been so busy, but maybe after this, we'll get the thing loaded. I'll shoot a message out to somebody and try to lock in another guest here and get that rolling, because we got 3 people. We got a repeat guest that wants to come back on, so yeah, let's get that going. It's been too long, and those make it nice and interesting too. You know what I mean? Bringing a new face in here and.
Yeah,
getting an in-house perspective.
Yeah,
I like the Plus, I mean, with this coronavirus and isolation and quarantine, I mean, any chance you get to actually conversate and get some one-on-one with people is good these days. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's coming up. That's what's in the mix. So yeah, appreciate your patience and some of the things to look forward to as we get closer. All right. So yeah, let's see just in the last few days I've been extremely busy, dude.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's what's weird is I went back to go do a bid on a job that I bid in April. So it was about 6 months ago.
Wow. And 6 months ago.
I didn't realize it. It felt like it was last year.
Wow.
I could have swore I went to their house last summer. And when I was looking at the date, I had to really stare at it. I was like, there's no way this is in April. Like, this feels like a year ago. Well, the reason for that is because I've done so much in 6 months. Like, I've just done an awful lot. And it just seems like a year ago. It's crazy. It's almost doubled my time.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I just been busy. And it's a good thing because I've been successfully busy. So that's a great thing. So, yeah, I'm doing really well. It's stressful, though. Just trying to create time, and the biggest part is trying to be a good dad, spend a lot of time with my daughter through all this busyness. What's up, Poopy?
Do I like piss? I like taking pisses.
I like leaving them.
I cannot confirm or deny. This is a family-friendly podcast, sir or ma'am. Okay.
I'm waiting for the punchline, man.
There's a
punchline. There's a trolls lurking. We welcome the trolls, man. If you are a troll and you're lurking,
there better be a good punchline.
There better be a damn good one. Yeah. I mean, the suspense is killing me. And hey, Poopy, do you ever get poopy pants? Thought I'd ask that. But yeah. How's your last few days been, man?
Dude, they've been great. I just been hanging out, dude. Fucking
dude fucking? Right on.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you gotta mix it up a little bit.
Hey, it's been dude fucking, you got it.
Yeah, skateboarding. It's fucking Tony Hawk came out.
Yeah.
They remastered the original first 2 games, so played that for like 3 or 4 hours last. I didn't even realize.
Damn.
Time flew past, man. We were just sitting there jamming it out, and then I looked at the time. I was like, man, we started this at 7. It's like 10:30, dude.
Damn, you really got into it.
Yeah.
Took you back to being a 9-year-old again.
it was great. It was good times.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, you like the hat, Snakes?
What's up, Snakes?
Dude, I bought the hat. Or I should say my girlfriend bought me this hat. Because I'm waiting for my financial aid to come in. But because I was like, dude, I either gotta cut my hair or I gotta put something on my head. Because like skateboarding, my hair is always in my fucking face and just, it's obnoxious. So I was surprised I even found a hat that fits my fucking gigantic head, honestly.
Yeah, fit that big old Barrett dome.
Yeah, dude, I was putting on the rest of them and like every other hat was like the bill was like too skinny and stuff and it would kind of fit on my head. And I grabbed this one and like it's perfect width and I was like, wow, I can't believe this actually fucking works.
Nice. Do you go flat bill or curved? I know that one's curved, but what's your go-to?
I like the slight curve.
Me too.
I don't like the heavy curve and I don't like completely flat.
Me too.
So like right here is perfect.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes I like the flat, but I don't know what it is about it.
It just sits against your head awkwardly.
yeah, that curve just kind of cups it right here, and you get that nice firm grip on it.
Yeah, and I also feel like the overly curved ones, I don't know, I feel they're pretty comfy, but I feel like they make you look kind of like a redneck or something, you know what I mean?
Jim said you're half John too.
He doesn't want to own up to the giant head.
You got half the John dome.
To be fair, the Johns have huge heads.
Do they? I didn't notice that.
My mom had a pretty decent sized head.
Did she?
Milo has a big head.
Does he? Oh, okay. I didn't really notice that.
I'm pretty sure
we got different dads, so
yeah.
I don't have the big dome.
I think you and Laura have like average or slightly small sized heads, right? So
Poopy wants to know our credit card info.
Are you going to pay my fucking debt because you can't even use my credit card, dude? That's how much in debt I am. So
yeah, the only way you'll get our info is if you're paying our debt. Yeah. Let's start backwards. How about I just give you my PIN first, and then you guess the rest of it.
And then you guess the credit card. I'll give you the PIN. So you can find my credit card info.
What a tease, right? That's hilarious.
See. My head, it's not the biggest, but it's I think it's 7 3/4 for my hat size, which is 24 inches in circumference.
So in your defense, you actually grew into your head. When you were a baby and you were a kid, your head
was massive.
Your head was ahead of its time, dude. Yeah. You grew into it though, so now it's not as noticeable.
It's not as bad. But Heather said I look like a stick figure with a circle. It's like if you stand sideways, sometimes I can't even see you.
That's hilarious. Jim's got a 7 1/4 inch head there. Okay, it's normal.
Yeah, mine's 7 3/4. So
right on. Fucking Poopy, you have debt. Who doesn't, dude? Now take the debt and make money with it, dude.
Cody's the only one I've met that has a bigger head than me. I think he has like an 8 or 8 1/4 or something.
Really? That's a big melon, dude.
He's got a big head, but it fits his body size, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not as easy to tell that he has a huge head. Whereas, like for me, it's like, holy shit, bro.
If you just don't shave your head, man.
Why? Because the hair makes my head even bigger looking.
I don't know. It might. I don't know.
I wouldn't shave it. I mean, you see my hair short though.
Yeah, I mean, like skin bald.
No, definitely not.
It might stand out more.
Yeah. It is pretty large, I know, yeah. I measured the circumference because we had to buy helmets, and they're not in hat sizes, so they're not 7 3/4 or whatever, because that's like, I think that's the radius or the diameter of your head. But they want to know the circumference, so we had to measure around their heads. It's like, I got like 24 inches around, man. Which is pretty fucking big, if you think about it.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like that. That's crazy. I guess when I look at it, yeah, that's about 12 inches one side. You're right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Snakes, so Snakes.
Oh, yeah. Snake said he skated today on a new setup. He lost his last complete. How'd you lose your skateboard?
Dude, I'm glad you got a new one at least that quick. That's cool, man. Sorry you lost one, though.
Yeah, and you need to come and skate with me, bro.
Didn't you have the Primordial logo on it, though? Yeah, I thought you did, man. That's a shame.
He had the Primordial, on the grip tape, I think.
Ah, man, that's a bummer.
Maybe it was on the bottom. I can't remember.
That's a bummer, dude. That was custom. That was Primordial skateboard you just lost there, man.
Someone jacked that shit.
Oh well, we can always get you another one, right?
Yeah.
Another decal or whatever. Skin.
I thought it was the grip tape.
Grip tape, there we go.
Yeah.
I don't know the verbiage. Well, cool, man. I'm glad we got. Once you answered Poopy's question, he was wondering what your favorite game was, man.
Oh, my favorite game right now. I just tried out Elder Scrolls Online.
Nice.
Which you know what Elder Scrolls is, right? Because you played Skyrim.
First person RPG.
Yeah,
I've only played it a couple times.
Elder Scrolls Online is it's a MMO version, so multiplayer online. It's kind of like the WoW version. It's like that kind of gameplay, like World of Warcraft or RuneScape, kind of gameplay, but Elder Scrolls.
Nice.
So it has the same combat and graphics and stuff, but it's online multiplayer.
When you get in combat, it's not like what I think. It's not like turn-based type stuff, is it? No,
it's real time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I love those turn-based RPG games, man.
I like turn-based too. Like that's why I like Final Fantasy back in the day.
Yeah, it's fun. Or Lord of the Rings: Third Age. That was a good game.
Oh yeah,
it was a really good game.
I liked. I forgot about that one. That was the one. I think you had it on PS2, and I could never play it because it always skipped.
Yeah, I had it for Xbox too, also.
Oh, did you?
But yeah, that game was a solid game.
I remember like wanting to get into it, but it would skip near the beginning, and I couldn't get past that point. And I was like, "Son of a bitch!"
Lame.
That's just the shitty thing about fucking disc games.
I know. They always get damaged, and it's just a matter of time. And when you're a kid too, you don't take the best care of it. You just throw it off to the side.
Yeah, we need. Speaking of which, we need to hit up Snakes for the next his next appearance.
Yes, we'll.
And you need to show up like 2 hours early so we can go get down with the board, man.
Get down with the sickness,
dude. So like my complete. Remember I bought the Element Complete and then I replaced the deck. Now whatever. Yeah. The hardware that I think was the hardware is just the screws and the bolts
in the metal,
that holds the trucks onto the board. They made them too short, man. So I was alling today. I was at the school and I went down there's a 2-stair there. I was like, okay, 2 stairs is perfect for me because I haven't ollie done any stairs in a while. So 2 stairs is tiny, but just like I can do 2, and then when I get comfortable with that, then I'll move up to 3 and 4 and yada yada yada. But I was alling down it, and also off like a curb, and so in my fucking 2. So initially I ollied. And actually I did on flat ground. I did like a really high ollie, and the way I did is I just took my foot off a little bit more than usual, and the fucking board went knee height or above my knees, you know what I mean? Pretty high ollie. Slammed it back on the ground, and one of the fucking pieces of hardware just flew out of my board.
Wow.
Because they're fucking too short, so they go down, and then the bolt is flush with the end of the screw. So I think it's just the pressure of landing like that made it come loose, because it's not like the screw doesn't go past the bolt, you know what I mean, where it's hanging out.
Yeah,
it's flush with it.
It's in it, yeah.
Yeah, so then I think over time the pressure of landing and stuff, the momentum and stuff, this caused it to.
They don't use thread lock or nothing like that in those things. I would feel like all that movement, you would want some thread lock.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't even know what thread lock is.
It's just a goop that you put or tape that you wrap around the thread so it doesn't happen. No. It never comes loose.
No, but I'm just gonna. Hardware's really cheap anyways. It's $2 or. It's under 5 usually.
I guess that's something you do yourself. I wonder if that's something that's
skaters do.
Yeah, thread lock. You just go buy that at Home Depot and put it on yourself. It ain't never coming up.
Yeah, I might do that. I'm gonna buy longer hardware because they sell longer ones. I'm gonna get I think the ones I have are inch. I'm gonna get 1.5 ones, so it's just 50% larger. You know what I mean? All right, we're good.
Nice.
But yeah, that happened to me. So I was fucking annoyed with that.
I wish I knew. I was trying to think of what my favorite game was.
Favorite game of all time, or your favorite game nowadays? Because you don't really play games nowadays.
No, I don't really play games at all, but the type of games that I'm into, and the last game I played was The Last of Us 2. I'm into those type of games. what was that? God of War, those type of third-person quest games. Just because I get wrapped into the campaign storyline. I just have to have something compelling to keep me interested in it, like a movie, basically. Because that's how I treat video games. They're basically just like an interactive movie to me. And so that's what's cool about it. Like, it's one thing to watch a movie and just observe, but actually play it, it's like, oh wow, now you're a part of this movie. So that's why games are exciting for me, especially when you're doing a campaign and it's a cool story.
I like the story. I get sucked into cool gameplay too, though. Like, if it has cool mechanics, I'll get sucked into it.
Nice.
Like, remember like Sly Cooper back in the day? Like, did you ever play that?
Very rare. Is that like Ratchet and Clank, like Crash Bandicoot
same
type?
Yeah, but it had cool mechanics. It was kind of like the precursor
Spyro?
for like no, not Spyro.
It's
but
not like that layout though, where you get a what do you call that? A free, an open world type.
It's like a 3D platform game. You know, like Mario is a 2D platform. It's like the 3D version of that.
Like Mario.
But I was saying the mechanics of it. It's like basically how your character interacts with the environment. It kind of reminds me of like Assassin's Creed a little bit. Like a very, you know what I mean? Like Assassin's Creed was influenced by like those style things. Or, what's that other one? Prince of Persia, where you kind of like running around on the sides of buildings and shit and stuff like that.
That was a cool game.
Yeah, so Sly Cooper was like one of the first games that had like where you're like running around on rooftops and shit and doing like cool mechanics, and you're like hanging from shit. And
Sly Cooper, I mean not Sly Cooper. You just said it.
Prince of Persia?
Prince of Persia was I did like that game. I got into that because of the puzzles and stuff. Kind of like God of War, they have similar things. It's third person dude, and you're just running around, you're ledge climbing, and you're figuring out puzzles.
Yeah,
pretty cool stuff.
Did you ever play Portal?
First person shooter?
No, I mean it's kind of a shooter, but it's more more of a puzzle game where you have a portal gun and you make the little portals and it's like puzzles.
I couldn't get into it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's such a short game. That game's super... I thought you'd love that game because it's totally a puzzle game.
I couldn't get into it, man. First-person shooters are like... I like the action in it, not so much the puzzle.
Okay. That's funny. Because it's not a first-person shooter at all. I mean, it has...
First-person view.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just... I don't know. It's weird. So first-person view, I'm in for the action. You know, the running and gunning... action. That's why I love war games, first person shooters. They're just fun. They make it seem realistic, you know what I mean? And then
what about those games where you can switch back and forth? Do you like those games? You can choose where you're like first
it's either one or the other, because I'm never going back and forth anyway.
No, I mean, do you like those games because you can be like, I don't want to play this in first person, I'd rather play this game in third person or whatever?
See, the thing about that is it never is as good in both areas, right. So it's only best in one. So it's almost irrelevant to even give that option. If it was initially first designed for a third person, they're like, I'll give them the option of first person. The first person option is piss poor. It almost, or vice versa, it almost always happens like that.
You know what's interesting is we're playing Elder Scrolls Online, and it starts you off in first person, then I was watching other people play it online. Everyone's playing in third person. So I brought it in third person. Feels way better. It felt great initially, but it is a game where like you could play in first person because it's kind of nice. It has that Elder Scrolls feel when you're in first person. Bringing it into third person though, it actually just has like a normal,
like it was intended for that.
Yeah, but it's really nice because you can see everything that's happening around you when you're playing an MMO or something. You can see behind you, so like fucking something starts attacking you from behind or some shit.
Yeah.
You can see it. Have I ever played Skate 3? I don't think I played Skate 3. I think I played Skate 1 and 2.
I know Snakes has gotten down on Skate. That was his game for a while, I know.
What to expect from Skate 4? Well, I think that Skate 4 is probably going to try to expand upon what they did with not from where they came from in Skate 3, because Skater XL just came out, and you don't know about Skater XL. But Skater XL, so in Skate, you know, your left hand kind of controls the back and forth, and your right foot kind of controls the flicks and stuff, so there's like different combos you can do with the right stick.
Yeah.
Skater XL, each stick controls each foot.
Oh man, it's even more technical then.
And the board, so in Skate, basically you do the combo and the board will do the move. In Skater XL, the board is controlled by physics, so you can get it more realistic. So like every time you do a trick, it'll look slightly different than before. It won't have like a pre-made animation.
Yeah.
It actually uses physics with your feet and stuff. So
it's pressure sensitive.
It's
probably.
Yeah, well, it's sensitive. So whatever, like if you flick your foot this way, the board will spin a different way than if you flick it just slightly different. So every time you do the trick, it'll be slightly, just like in real life.
Yeah.
You do a kickflip.
That's crazy.
It's really hard to get it like 100% the same.
I can see that being annoying and frustrating. Like we were talking about, the more technical you get.
I think it's going to be really... So Skater XL is really cool for skateboarders because it's cool for just... You already understand the physics of how skateboards work.
Is this so this is not a controller thing. This is an actual board or something?
No, it's with a controller. Okay. Each joystick controls one foot in the game.
Okay. I thought you said that, but then I thought you were talking about an actual board or something. I was like, is this like Dance Dance Revolution for skaters or something?
No. No, but
that's the next level, right?
Yeah, but each foot controls, or each joystick controls one of the feet.
Nice.
So, you know what I mean? Like if you wanted to do, for instance, like a varial kickflip, which is a kickflip mixed with a pop shove it. So you'd have to like with one joystick do the pop shove it motion, with the other joystick do the kickflip motion. So you'd have to be like.
We got hey, what's up, Yayo Express? I think I remember him.
Yes, you did troll us at one point.
Yeah.
You're from Cali, right? You're the dude from Cali.
Welcome back.
You're the one who's. I'm the Sargonia guy.
Sargonia, that's right. What's up, dude? Welcome back. Wow. Yeah, that's cool, man. So yeah, I was just gonna say the next level. It reminds me of Guitar Hero, where they came out with Guitar Hero, right? And you got all these kids that just spent fucking months on this game to expert mode, and they're just like, dude, they're like, all right, I don't want to play this. I want to play real guitar, and then they play guitar, and they actually get good at guitar. Skate's gonna be. They're gonna come up with a game that's like Dance Dance Revolution with a board, and then kids are gonna get ridiculously good at that. They're gonna be busting out moves on the game. Like, all right, I want to skate for real now.
It'd be probably too expensive because what you would need to do is you need to have like rail systems that you can hold on to. Yeah, you need to be safe for kids, right? And then you'd be like,
there's liability.
You'd be moving around and then doing little tricks. It probably wouldn't actually be lifting off the ground though. It probably have like some like sensitivity thing, right, where it kind of moves around, but it's kind of like attached.
Yeah.
You're like holding onto the rails and you're like doing tricks. That's probably what it would be like.
It'd be really hard to do that, but it could be achieved.
It could be achieved. That'd also be expensive. That'd be more something you would see in an arcade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But Dance Dance Revolution is something you thought would be arcade, and they brought everything is evolving, dude. This will happen. I guarantee this will happen.
Are you holding a bottle of shampoo? I thought he was trolling us, and I looked over and I was like, that totally looks like a bottle of shampoo.
Head and shoulders, man. Now, this episode is brought to you by Califia Farms dairy-free yogurt.
Is that yogurt?
Check it out. Yeah, it's drinkable yogurt, man.
Drinkable? You just drink yogurt?
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
They got peach, they got strawberry, blueberry.
I love blueberry
plain.
yogurt. So.
Oh, man. Yeah, me and my daughter get down on this stuff. So
I might have to get one.
You like yogurt? You don't like milk? Cow's milk, that is? Get on this. Yep, drinkable yogurt, man.
He said, so it's yogurt that's just as fucking random as shampoo. This show is a gem. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it.
I'm glad we're keeping you on your toes, man.
To be fair, no one expects you to just be holding a bottle of yogurt. I didn't even know it was yogurt. I thought it was like a drink. Like, why you make it? It is a drink, but
look at that. I'm promoting to you now, too.
I'm gonna try it now.
Yeah, get on.
I wish I would have known. Heather already went to the store. Me.
Yeah, Califia Farms, man. Get a hold of us, dude. We'll be your ambassador for dairy-free yogurt. Jim's like, no thanks. It's good, man.
Yogurt's so good.
Yeah, man, you gotta get them probiotics in you, and then you gotta get them prebiotics in you.
You got a link or something for creator codes? No, we're not actually sponsored. We should be sponsored though. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Sooner or later, man. I always get hit up on Instagram for vegan clothing. Well, not always, but about 3 times now I've been hit up. They're like, oh, you'd be a great ambassador for our clothing line. I'm like, nah.
Why not?
I don't know. I thought about it.
Wear it on the podcast, you know.
I feel like I don't want it to be a job for me because I'm busy. So if they're like, yeah, we require you to do this once a week or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we require you to post something once a week and be like, yeah, check out my podcast. You just wear the fucking shirt on the podcast.
All right, you talk me into it. Maybe I'll hit them up.
You get some free vegan clothing? Like, that sounds dope.
Yeah, okay. Jim likes milk. Well, what kind of milk? We talking about cow's milk? We're talking about almond milk. We're talking about cashew milk. We're talking about soy milk.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about cow's milk. Do you guys do any game nights or pure? What is POD?
Yeah, what's POD? I mean, we understand the Christian band POD for sure. Great band, but...
Here come the boys from the you know the fucking song?
The youth of a nation.
Oh, do we? Okay. We don't do pure podcasts, so it's always like a video kind of format. Game nights. That's a good suggestion, though. I wouldn't mind playing a game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But, we're on Spotify and Apple, so this is... that audio is just on those platforms too. It
is. I've heard that it's a little strange though because our main format is video, and we're interacting live stream with the chat. So I think it's a little weird when you're listening to the recording if we don't say like who we're talking to or whatever. We'll just be like, and just say like some random shit.
I like that because it encourages the people that are actually listening to our podcast to want to actually interact with us. Like, hey, I want to get on that episode. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So,
how do almonds make milk? What you do is right under the bottom of them, you kind of go like this.
Go like this? Gently.
You know when people say the world's smallest violin? That's actually how you milk an almond. You put the almonds right there and boom, boom, boom.
Exactly.
Milk.
You gotta be gentle though. They're fragile. They're delicate.
Yeah. And don't ever do that near our friend Snakes. He's allergic. So. Grab the lady almond teat and give it a good tug.
There you go.
Yeah, you got to make sure that they want it first, though.
Well, I mean, they make udder machines now, so they just hook them up automatically.
Man, you could do like 40 almonds at once. That's a lot of almonds, man.
Yeah, cruelty free though. They live a great life up until the last day, where we end them.
Yeah, we put them in trail mix afterwards.
Exactly.
Do we have a Discord? No, we should make a Discord though. I use Discord. You don't even know what Discord is. I can make a Discord though. If people are interested.
You just assumed I didn't know what Discord was.
Do you know what Discord is?
How disrespectful.
You don't even fucking know what Discord is.
What if I did though? How fucking embarrassed would you be? You should be ashamed of yourself.
No. It's not gonna work on me.
Now that you shamed me, enlighten me.
It's like a chat room kind of relay thing. I have it right here, actually. I can show you. So there's Discord. You can open up your own channels and stuff.
Okay.
And then you can like join in. Like here I have like a party chat basically. It's basically for like when I play League of Legends and it's like, hey, everyone join my party chat. And you can do voice chats or whatever. But then you also have text channels, voice channels and stuff.
It's like a chat within a chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have different chat rooms and stuff, and you can also do voice chat with it as well. So you can use it it can be used for a few different purposes.
Nice. There you go. You got someone that'll join.
Private access to Discord for Twitch followers would draw in your listeners. That's a good. All right, man.
I appreciate that info too, man. Like I said, we always ask.
Want to write that down Discord?
Absolutely.
I'll actually do that because I'm always logged into Discord on both my computers. So I mean, I'm down with that.
Yeah, and we appreciate that insight, man. Any type of things we can do to kind of help boost the attention and just make this more of a beneficial contributing podcast we're trying to do, man. Let's see here. Discord.
Yeah, we're trying to actually get in some more. We already talked about it earlier, but for anyone that joined more recently, we're going to change the format a little bit. So we're trying to like spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, in case you missed the beginning of this.
All right, yeah. Just message you on Twitch with the Discord info and I'll... Okay, cool. Write down his name so I don't forget. Yayo Express. I feel like I should memorize that pretty easily, but I have terrible memory, so it's not a personal thing. I have literally awful memory.
Yayo Express. Thanks again. Patna. Yayo Express, got it.
Right on.
So yeah, we'll look into that. Check that out.
Well, it's a good idea because I read
Frosagonia. Oh my god, it's great stuff.
Because that'll probably work. Like some of the platforms that we're on, nobody's interacting with us, so I'd rather do ones that people suggest because then we know that at least somebody will use them. You know?
Yeah, we'll get some traction. Yeah, better possibility of actually getting traction.
Yeah,
I mean, we're trying to get the people that actually get value out of it anyway. You know, it's. Right now, we're reaching to a cold audience, and we're still young. So we're really trying to... I mean, I think of my own business with this. It took me over 2 years to get traction.
Right.
I mean, you witnessed it, dude. Like, 6 months ago was the 2-year mark.
Yeah.
And it really just took off.
Yeah, you were struggling right before then.
I was almost, nobody knows this, but I was probably gonna have to close the doors, to be honest, at one point.
Yeah, you were close. I was getting stressed out for you.
Yeah,
when you were talking about it. So.
I was almost gonna have to close the doors, and now I'm 10 times better in a much better position than I have. At that time, I think I had no employees.
Yeah, no.
I might have been going in and out of one employee. Now I got
you had no employees.
2, 3. I'm looking at hiring a 4th employee, and I have a sales rep. So now we're gonna have a team of 5 just in a 6-month period.
Yeah,
so.
You had no employees. You hired me for like one project or no, 1.5.
Couple.
It was like
stairs. I didn't finish. Room.
I didn't finish the second one. That's right. I did.
You helped me out with some
We went to that one dude's house where he had all the plants all over his driveway. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we went to the other one where it was like that black dude that was like had money. It was like in one of those.
It was a life room.
Housing projects. No, I thought it was a deck, wasn't it?
It was a deck, yeah. But I went back and built a life room on that thing. Okay. You helped me with the stairs. I was building stairs.
I helped you with the stairs and the concrete and stuff. And then I think what happened is I started school, so I was like, I can only help you for a certain amount of time, and then
yeah. So, but yeah, I relate it to this, and that's why I'm super patient with this, because I realize it takes time to brand yourself. It takes time to reach people. It takes time to just have an impression, period. And so, yeah, put our faith in you guys. What's going on here? If almonds make milk, can that make cheese? Absolutely. Yeah. They got some great almond milk cheese out there, dude. Cashew cheese.
The cheeses are very hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty bad, but every once in a while you'll get one and you're like, damn, that's pretty fucking bomb.
Yeah.
The milk is a little bit easier to do, I think, but the cheese is kind of hard to accomplish.
Some cheese is really good, though, man. Yeah. I've had some really good cheese.
Like Chow.
Wow, dude, this tastes like almost like cheddar cheese from milk. It was really
Chow's pretty good. Daya is pretty all right. Sometimes. Depends on the context of how you're using it.
Yeah, yeah. Jim says they say 2 to 5 years. What do they say in 2 to 5 years? Because I've heard so many things. I've heard that businesses fail within 5 years too. But I mean, if that's the case, I'm definitely still within that time period.
Yeah. And we've only been doing this here for 4 months, so
yeah, no, I'm very well aware. We're just babies, right? Yeah. I don't ask for. I'm never rushing anything. I'm very patient with things. I'm ready to put my head down and work hard at anything I put my focus at.
Yayo also said, if you ever need a PR idea, man, let me know.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
If you
I'll take you up on that too.
Yeah, if you actually know how to like do that stuff, get some traction on social media and stuff. In ways that work. Like we paid for an ad on Facebook. We got a bunch of followers, but none of them were actually like
organic.
Yeah, they don't actually like watch our stuff, so it's kind of like
it's not what they call organic reach.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it looks good on paper, but it doesn't actually mean anything. So.
If you fail 1,000 businesses and succeed in one, you're set. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of businesses to fail, but I get your point. Message received.
1,000 businesses. that'd be a lot of.
If you fail that many times, you might not be cut out for business.
Normally we say you could do anything, but maybe that's not your thing, man.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now, Jim. About 2 to 5 years for profits. Yeah, I mean I'm definitely profiting, but yeah, 5 years would be the type of profit I'm looking for. So it's consistently like I need like a solid year of the type of momentum I'm getting right now, and then just keep it rolling. So yeah, I'm very well aware of this. Man, this dashing people's what did you say? This man dashing people's dreams.
And this is RQ. Is RQ rage quit?
Yeah, what's RQ? Enlighten us.
Some things cycle up and down too. Very true.
Exactly. Seasons.
Everything cycles up and down.
Seasonal work, yeah.
Real quick. I see. Okay.
Oh, nice. Cool. So let's talk about some topics, man.
I was like, we haven't gotten to a single topic yet. This has been 40 minutes in. It's been cool. We've been getting we got some interaction here, so that's cool. Hey, what's up, Phil?
What's up, Phil?
Welcome back.
How's it going, man? Good to see ya. I actually I'm not sure if I want to go. So the last topic we talked about last week was rushed, and I hated that.
Ooh, you want to? That's actually a good question right there. We can go on that. That's like a
What makes a bad word bad? Context?
That's what I was about to say, because people, it's like, so if you say the word fuck, right?
Right.
Some people just be like, I'm so offended. They're like, why? It depends on the context. If I'm like, hey, fuck you, you know what I mean? That makes it kind of a bad word, right?
Context and your surroundings.
Intention.
Obviously, if you say fuck around a 3-year-old child, it's inappropriate and it's bad, I would say.
The reason it's inappropriate is because kids don't understand context, so they'll use it in the wrong context.
Exactly, especially if it's not your child. I would say that's kind of disrespectful.
I unintentionally cuss in front of kids because I'm so used to swearing that I don't notice that time. But if you
apologize and correct yourself, most people are like, "Oh yeah, no problem, dude."
Yeah,
you know
but I usually, if I'm aware of it, you know what I mean. Like while I'm talking, I'll purposely not swear in front of kids.
Yeah,
I just forget a lot of the time because I'm so used to just fucking saying whatever I want.
I mean, it's just a way to emphasize your emotions. So,
yeah. So yeah, I guess we have the same opinion though. So what makes a bad word bad is basically the context and your intention behind it.
Absolutely. We talked to that one youngster. I forgot his name, but I think he was a 13-year-old kid that was talking to us. Mm-hmm. We were talking to him about bad words because he says he cusses a lot.
Yeah.
And we were talking about what it meant for us. Or like, as you get older, the cussing is selective and more used to emphasize your emotions, whereas you're a kid, it's like newfounded.
It seems cool.
It's cool. It's like, this is awesome. It's allowing me to express myself with emphasis, so it's new. Yeah, and so it gets used a lot more when you're a kid because you're mature.
Yeah, I remember when I first learned to cuss, I would cuss like every other word. So
yeah,
I still cuss more than I should. But
and then you'll get it's just emotions. Like if you're a little tense and maybe angry at something, you're gonna be cussing a little more. You know, a little more f-bombs might be coming out.
Isn't it funny when you're a kid, you hear someone cuss, you're like, ooh, and then as an adult, you hear someone cussing, it's just like it doesn't even do anything at all. You're just like, oh, whatever.
It's because I think when you think you're a kid, it is to emphasize something, and most time when they are emphasizing, the cuss words are always in context of anger or frustration. That's why they're automatically related to that. Mm-hmm. You know, most times when kids hear it, it's not like, I'm so fucking happy. Dude, they don't hear that too much.
Yeah, we'll totally say that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't hear that much because when it's told to a kid, if you're that type of parent where you cuss your kid, that's when they get it. They're not like,
maybe we should stop getting
son, I'm so fucking happy that you just did that. I'm so fucking proud. No, it's usually to emphasize how angry they are. Like, I'm really fucking upset with you right now. If you're, like I said, if you're that type of individual cusses at your child like that, I'm personally not, and I'm not saying that you're a bad parent if you do, but just a different context as well.
Yeah, I think here a very common exclamation that people do is like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a positive bad word emphasis.
Yeah. So, Yeo Express says, I remember being 12 and cussing around girls thinking it made me a little cool. It probably did make you a little cool. The girls are probably a little impressed. You know, if they're 12 as well, they're probably like, oh, shit.
If you're immature and you're surrounded by immature people, you're right in that area. I mean, you're right up in your alley. You know what I mean?
No adult thought you were cool.
Yeah.
They either like, oh, that kid doesn't know what he's doing, or they're like, that little shit.
Oh, that's cute. He's just learning words. That's cute.
Easy to be a bad boy at 12. For real.
Right?
All you gotta do is like wear your hair in some weird way and say fuck, and people are like, holy shit.
This guy's edgy. Oh, man. That's hilarious. I'll come back to this if we have time, or I'll save it for the next podcast. But the last topic we went into was like the last minute when we were getting ready to go into it. And I actually think there's more substance to that can be talked about.
Let me look at it.
And that's when I was talking about responses to the current scene.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's a good thing to talk about, but we can put that off to the side momentarily. We might have time for it. If not, we'll recycle it and have people think about it later. But let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about, I don't know why I wrote this down. It's just Jude, this is something I want to talk about. I want to propose a thought to people, to viewers, to you, to myself. I think about this to myself quite a bit too. When I think about my role in relationships, in being a human being, and just being amongst society, being a team member, being any of that. I like to think of what is my contributor to consumer ratio. Am I more of a consumer or am I more of a contributor to relationships, to projects, to things that matter? Let's put it that way. So would you consider yourself to be more of a contributor or more of a consumer?
It really depends on the relationship. You know what I mean?
I'm looking more for a straight answer because you can say that with anything. You know,
I know you can say that with anything, but it really depends on on a relationship. I'm either equal or a contributor. You know what I mean? Whereas like a regular friendship, I'd probably be. Maybe I do contribute more. Maybe not in everything though. I would say in like over half of my relationships, I'd be either neutral or a contributor. And then in some of my relationships though, I am a consumer though. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Like in some of them, I am for sure. You know, but
consumer gang represent.
Consumer gang. He's like, all right. I think though,
respect the honesty.
Because I'm thinking like when I hang out with my friends or I'm in a relationship, I like doing things for people. You know what I mean? Like I was telling you, like when I go out, I don't care about money. If I'm hanging out with my friends, like let's do this, this, and this. You know what I mean? So I don't like to be the guy that's sitting there just like letting everyone else do things and just like being along for the ride and not really contributing anything to that. But yeah, I don't know. You're definitely a contributor, right? So
yeah,
100%.
I'm a contributor because I'm very well aware of it, and I want to be a contributor more than a consumer. Yeah, I hate when I consume so much, but we're humans and we do consume no matter what. I think, but I just don't want to consume. Me personally, I'm very well aware. I don't want my consumer part of me to override my contribution to my own life, to people, to the relationships I got with family, friends, work.
What's your ideal ratio, and why?
I mean, if I had to make a percentage, maybe 70-30.
Probably 70% consumption.
No.
I was saying, I was saying the opposite of what I was thinking. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No, 70-30 contributor, consumer.
Right.
I think that's a good ratio, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah. I think, well, I still think it depends, but I think you should probably go for neutral unless you really care about the relationship. I think in most relationships you probably should be consuming. Right. I think more than your
yeah, it's too easy to be a consumer. That's the easy part. Contributing takes effort.
Right.
Consuming is just a way of is natural part of life. And I would also argue that contributing is as well, but I feel like a lot of people have gotten a free pass at not contributing for things maybe, and so they don't value it as much. And if it's never talked about, it definitely never changes. You know, that the consumer always stays a consumer. And obviously your upbringing, how a person's raised and their values, and, you know, from whatever's taught to them from the school to the family and parents, and it plays a factor in it too.
Yeah, I also think contributing too much is a bad thing.
Yeah.
At least,
yeah, exactly. Explain on that.
If you're always giving and people are always taking from you, people can just take advantage of you, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
you'll feel like used by people.
Yeah.
So I think it's important, like, even if you are more of a contributor than consumer, step back sometimes and let people do stuff for you every once in a while, you know what I mean? Especially if you're contributing all the time, you kind of deserve it, you know what I mean? Like, fucking hey, man.
Contributing this isn't black and white. Contributing doesn't have to be for another person. Contributing could be for a common good.
Right.
So it's not serving yourself too.
Yeah.
It's a team thing.
I know, but
that's why I would think of first, not necessarily selflessly contributing stuff without asking for anything in return, which is great too.
Yeah.
But I think what I really was talking about was a common goal that everybody's working towards.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case,
so that might mean something different.
Yeah, because I think in that case, then I am more of a contributor. Like, I'm trying to think of like things where I'm actually if I actually care about the thing, then I will be more of a contributor. If I don't care, I might be more good. Like
that's normal.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because like if I'm like in a workplace or something and I don't give a fuck about the job, I'm not going to be a contributor. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, I don't care. I'm just here to fucking work. You know what I mean? Whereas like if it's like a band or a relationship or a friendship, you know what I mean? We have a common goal. Then yeah, I'm trying to put in, you know, effort and energy into that usually.
Nice.
So I'd agree.
Nice. But yeah, that's a question. Just ask yourself that question, you know, in your relationships, in your life, and anything you're doing. Are you more of a contributor, or are you more of a consumer? Are you a person that takes, or you're a person that wants to be a part of something and like, what can I do to help this, to be efficient, to make progress, to move this along, to make our life easy together?
Yeah. I don't like not contributing to things that I'm a part of, because then you kind of feel phony, right? If everyone else contributes everything, like they do all the work. Like think about like a school group project. If everyone does all the work and then you take the credit for that, it's not a good feeling, even if you get like an A, right?
Yeah. It's not a good feeling for the people who do all the work as well.
It doesn't feel good for anyone. Even if you'll be like, oh, I'm glad I got an A, but I feel like shit about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. At least if you're a good person, you know what I mean? Yeah,
there's a lot of layers to that too. Like I said, you can get the resentment from the people actually put in fucking massive action and all they thought about was contributing.
Yeah.
They can see that. The contributors can spot the consumers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very clear because to contribute, it takes effort.
Mm-hmm.
Although it is a natural thing, I don't know why we don't do it more effortlessly, but it does take, and I'm using myself as an example, like I have to put some thought into it. I've had to reframe my mind to be a contributor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the energy that you put into contributing matters more than what you actually contribute, right? Because say you're in a band, right, and you're a better writer, you might for the same amount of effort that someone else is a bad writer, you might be able to write 5 songs while they write 1. But at least if they put in the same amount of effort as you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you won't be like, you won't resent them, you know what I mean? You'll be like, well, they're still trying. I mean, obviously it's harder for them, so.
Yeah, everybody works at different paces and.
But the effort is what matters. If you're not putting any effort into your groups and things that you care about while you're working with other people, they're not going to be too happy with you.
Yeah, effort is huge, and I talked about last episode how consistency is huge for me too. So those two things combined, effort and consistency, usually catches my attention pretty quick. Yo, he says he's consuming our content. Fuck yeah, dude.
You're contributing though as well.
And you're contributing, absolutely. You gave us some insight, dude.
You gave us some feedback.
Suggestions.
You also offered your like services. You know what I mean? So you're definitely contributing. While consuming. So
you're contributing. So far, you're 50-50, man. Actually, I would say
a little bit more.
You could be closer to 730 actually on that. You might be hitting my numbers.
Maybe we're like 60-40 right now. You know?
There's a little work to do. No. Jim's like, I always try to contribute. It makes me feel like I have worth, as opposed to just consuming or taking. Exactly. He does consume though, but as long as I am not with family or people that I am interested in helping. Okay. Yeah, vegan contribution. Oh, you aspire to hit vegan contribution numbers? Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
That's a weird way to use the word vegan, huh?
Yeah.
But I understood. I understood what you meant.
I'll take it. Absolutely. That's exciting, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the thought. I think it's a good conversation to have, and more importantly, I think it's good to incept viewers, and incept myself again, because this is a conversation I have with myself quite a bit. And I always have these recurring conversations. It's not like I think about it and then never think about it again and I have my mind made up. Like, as you get older, things happen to you and your mind changes. You have different perspectives. So it's nice to revisit these conversations with yourself if you actually have self-talk with yourself, like I talked about last episode, is actually good for you, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like we were just talking about ups and downs. I feel like I definitely have my ups and downs too. I feel like there's periods of time where I'm contributing more and then kind of...
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that.
Especially because I'm like so volatile with my emotions sometimes. Sometimes I'm feeling down and I'm just like, I can't put an effort into shit right now. And then other times I'm like, woo, you know, it's like manic depressing. I swear to God, just fucking manic. So I get real happy. I'm like, let's do things, you know? Dude. Yeah, dude, let's start that band. I'm gonna write like 6 songs, man. And then, you know, it's like, hey, man, you writing more songs? Like, nah, I haven't been feeling good, man.
So you finish that first one.
That'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, we're still starting that band. I thought we were fucking around, dude.
We're supposed to be, me and Roland are supposed to be starting a band on Monday. I haven't even picked up my guitar. Speaking of which, I need to pick up my guitar. You know what?
You did, didn't you?
I have it there. I mean, I haven't like been playing it though.
Oh, yeah.
I need to like, pick up my guitar.
Literally.
Yeah. I have a little bit of a rant. Speaking of that, I feel like it's a lot easier to be it's a lot harder to learn the drums. I feel like it's a lot easier to be a drummer in a band.
Yeah,
because like
I don't know what you mean.
The reason I'm saying that is because we have to write songs and bring them to the band practice. Drummer just has to add rhythm behind it. They don't have to add notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can't just come up to band practice and be like, we have some rhythms. You know what I mean? Like, we need notes and melodies and song structure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To contribute to a song, where a drummer is just like, did you write anything? Okay. Boom, boom, pap, boom, 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 pap, boom. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm oversimplifying it, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's more layers to playing a noted instrument than playing a percussive instrument.
Now that we have a skilled drummer,
mm-hmm.
I have more respect for drummers. Because
you can't write complex stuff on the drums.
The better you are at drums, you kind of fuck yourself. And our drummer does that a little bit because he has too many techniques. And so, which is good, but he comes up with a lot of good variations.
Mm-hmm.
And settling on it and repeating it is the thing.
Too many tools in his toolbox.
They're all great ideas. Yeah. Yes. And that's the problem we're having now.
He's one of those people that you go into their garage and they have like stacks of toolboxes and you're like, oh, where's the tool at? And you're like, fuck.
Yeah, so being really good and having a huge arsenal can have its moments where it might fuck you because you don't know what you want to do. Like, this is good, that's good, I don't know what I want to do. Yeah. And then when you finally settle on it, it's going to be that much harder to remember because it is complex as well.
Yeah. But imagine like being AC/DC's drummer.
Yeah.
Same beat every fucking song. Like, he's literally like, did you guys write anything new? Alright, I'm gonna play the same fucking beat.
I'm jealous of those kind of bands. They just make multi-million dollars off of just fucking churned out basic ass shit.
Yeah, because when I used to write songs back in the day, you know, I would sit there for, you know, weeks writing songs, you know what I mean? And then you show up and then like just the drummer writes a beat. And a lot of time, back then, I would write beats as well to my own songs. So put in a lot of effort, you know what I mean, into that shit. So that's just my rant on like how it's easier to be a drummer in some cases. Not every case, but I feel like a lot of times it's easier to be a drummer in a band. It's harder to learn. It's more of a physical activity. So
yeah. There's definitely a lot
pros and cons, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have a huge level of respect for drummers, man, especially our drummer, because like I said, it's definitely, when you have a big arsenal, it's hard to decide.
Yeah.
Let's go back in time. Yo-Yo says, that's true. I feel like most people nowadays are trained to not contribute because our parents or experiences have shown that others will take full advantage with no consideration to the contributor. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's like a societal problem.
That's a primitive way of thinking. Be careful. Don't trust anybody. Don't put yourself out there too much. Contract. Be quiet.
Not necessarily. It's also just environmental factors. So, like, we live in a very consumer culture.
Yes.
In the United States, it's a very big consumer culture. The whole culture is based on consumption. So.
Yes. Yeah. So, to that point, having a solid having parents that are good at that and like good at displaying contribution, I think is very important, and that's what's going to take to actually create more people that are into contributing.
Also, as shitty as the society is right now, it's like if you want the change, you got to be the change, right? That's
exactly
cliche statement, but
it's true though.
Like, if you don't like the way that things are, you can't just do the exact same thing that everyone else is doing. You got to change every person that changes will eventually change the society if it catches on. You know what I mean? People are like, okay, that actually works better. So
it's hard to do that though, because people do what they see, and that is something I actually agree. That's something kids more really. Dan, I actually agree with Dan Pena on that. I heard him say that. That's one thing I agree with him on. His quote directly is, kids do what they see, not what they're told. I absolutely agree with that.
That is 100% true, yeah.
And so it's kind of the same concept, really, where you got to be the change, but it's hard because we do what we see.
You have to be cognizant of wanting to do
you got to be ready to.
You got to be resilient. And
you got to know that you're going against the grain and you're making that decision. Like, well, people are going. Everybody's going left. I'm gonna have to go right.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. or Mrs. Poopy said, do you have any plans to add a little game to interact with the audience to keep viewers interested in the podcast to continue to watch? We don't, but that's a really good idea. It's another good idea we should add. Well,
what kind of game?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A little interactive game with the... You know, who's that Pokemon? I don't know. We'll have to like come up with some ideas, because that's a cool idea. I do like that idea.
Yes.
It might take us a little while to come up with a good game idea, though, but I'm down with trying to come up with something, because that's a good idea. Because we're about to add segments. That could be a segment.
Are we talking about like a verbal game, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual interactive.
Yeah, not like a video game.
It's not like, hey, fucking Chutes and Ladders or whatever your shit. Right here on the side PIP screen or something.
I'll donate if you put a cupcake launcher aimed at you during podcast that fires upon donation. That's
fucking cool.
I will receive all the cupcakes if we get... the thing is, the donations have to be more than the cost of the cupcake. Otherwise, we're losing money for me to get hit by cupcakes.
We're just gonna dress. We're gonna like have like look like a barber shop. We're just gonna have like a neck drape.
Just here in a poncho.
It just it's just getting nailed. Or like a dunk bucket. We're sitting on a bucket and they got to hit the target. And we just...
Dude, these are funny ideas. We could do stuff like that if we found out ways to like switch cameras. You know, be like, okay, we're gonna go over here and do this.
Yeah.
In this little area that we have designated to get kind of messy and fucking.
He says $10 a cupcake.
$10 a cup.
I would do it. I'd get hit in the face with a cupcake for $10.
In the face, huh? With a launcher?
Yeah. I mean, the shower's downstairs. So.
Yeah, mine's right next door. So
I think I'll be all right, man. Plus, like you said, it'd be fun and interactive. So
I'd probably eat the cupcake after it hit me. You know. Fuck it.
I mean, it's a vegan we'd make him vegan. Yeah.
That's why it has to be a decent amount of money. Well, I mean, if we make them, it's not going to be that expensive. But if you go and buy vegan cupcakes, they're so expensive. At least the ones.
Not really. Here.
The ones around here, like Mystics cupcakes, aren't they like $4 a piece or something?
I don't know. I never buy them individually. I always buy like a 6-pack. Actually, yeah, I remember the cake.
They're quite pricey, man.
That was like like $100 or something.
Yikes!
Cake. It was like this big. It's like 8 inches diameter, and it was tall. But it was just really tiny.
$100 though.
Yeah,
dude.
I bought 2 of them. I bought Nini one.
If it wasn't so good, that'd be a fucking racket. I mean, it kind of still is a racket.
It was good. They layered it. It was like strawberry filling and stuff. I was like, ooh.
You know what I want to make is we're back on food, guys. But what I want to make is a vegan ice cream cake.
Yeah,
it's been so long since I had ice cream.
They probably could. He's like, where the hell are you finding $100 cakes?
Fucking Gordon Ramsay.
It's at a place here. We'll plug them. How about that? They're called Mystical Cupcakes. They changed their name actually, but they still, you can find them. They're here in Thurston County, and they do cupcakes. They'll do custom cakes too, like unicorns and stuff on them or whatever. But yeah. They're spendy though, man.
They're spendy, and they charge a premium for their vegan stuff.
Yeah, so exactly. They're like Gordon Ramsay. And by the way, a little quick side rant. I already said this, but Gordon Ramsay, he doesn't get down on the vegan shit. I went to Vegas last September and went to his restaurant. I think I talked about this on an episode, but no vegan options. I was like, you guys don't have not one vegan dish in this fucking very nice establishment here.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we got at that point, a kale salad.
Right. At that point, it's just a statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what I got was a kale salad and a fucking some fries in a cup, like in a tumbler.
I don't understand why, because he's had, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't affect him. Like,
It doesn't. It's not a representation of him. It's him catering to the business and his prospects.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I love Gordon Ramsay, and I'm vegan. So I would love to go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant and get a vegan dish.
It was a fine establishment, yeah.
Exactly.
It would be even finer if they had fucking options for everybody who eats different.
Because he's hilarious. He's a good TV personality. He's obviously a good chef, you know what I mean? So.
I was pretty disappointed in that, actually. I was like, wow, I don't know if that's his decision or if he's got, an agent that's like, yeah, we ain't going there, man.
He supports pork-free diet, but not vegan. I guess the pork-free thing, that was more of a religious thing, I guess, but...
Yeah, silly. It's silly to me. I'm just going to go ahead and say that.
It's probably because, Yayo said, it's probably because he could get in trouble if someone's vegan who touches a tool that's used to... But here's the thing. We have restaurants like that around here, and they say we cannot completely prevent cross-contamination. So the person knows.
You're taking that risk.
You're taking that risk every time you go to a restaurant, unless it's a 100% vegan restaurant.
Yeah, which is ideally the best for me. Yeah. I love those places because there's absolutely no way of cross-contamination.
Yeah, I don't worry about it too. There's too many things to worry about in the world. I just don't worry about it. I go to places that aren't 100% vegan, and if there's a little bit of cross-contamination, I don't notice. Doesn't kill me. I'm all right.
I'm bothered by it if I know about it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if I bite into a piece of chicken that's not supposed to be my burrito, I'm gonna be fucking annoyed. You know what I mean? But it's like they're using the same glove, like that's glove or something. I'm not aware of it, and I don't even, out of sight, out of mind, I guess.
Grease in the same pan bothers me. If they're cooking my veggies in the same pan they cook meat in, and I have a problem with that. I can't get around that. So if I know about that, I'm bothered by that. I'm just weird like that.
Have you had that halal? Is that what it's called?
I'm like the Howie Mandel of cross-contamination.
Yayo said I'm not a vegan, but I like a lot of the food, so I eat a lot. Is it halal? Am I pronouncing that halal?
A lot of halal?
Is that
an I? Oh, it's an L.
Is that a...
Halal? It's almost like...
Is that Indian?
It must be Indian food, huh?
Indian or Greek? Middle Eastern? Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna look into it now. I love so Middle Eastern, is that like Mediterranean food?
No. That'd be like Greek and Greek and Italian and stuff is like
that's like falafel and
shit like
gyros and stuff.
Their culture is 100% vegan. Nice.
No way.
Very cool.
I'm interested now.
Yeah. You know what? Vegan food is really good, man. I don't know, man. It's so funny because people have this weird thing that they think vegan food is not going to be good. But every person that hangs out with me that isn't vegan and eats vegan food with me, they're like, wow, this is way better than I thought it was going to be. Like Heather's a vegetarian, and she was like, every time she ate pizza with me that didn't have cheese, and she's like, well, this works way better than I thought. Every single time someone has a vegan pizza, they're like, how's that going to work without cheese? Then they try it, and they're like, oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I know. The same way. Poopy has a really good idea, actually. This is something easily achievable. I love that idea. He says you can hide a number of objects before the stream starts and tell the stream at the end of the show where they were at. It's like
what's
that magazine, the Highlights magazine, where they got page 14. You got to find all these objects on it.
I was thinking the I Spy, right?
It's same concept. Yeah. I like that idea. That's a very good idea, Poopy.
Yeah, we can find some cool games. That's great ideas, man or ma'am. Still don't know which gender
can you confirm what your gender is?
No, it doesn't matter.
We want to put a title on you.
You're a cool person.
No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you, person. We'll use they.
These are great ideas. Yeah, we'll call you they. It's gender neutral, and we're hippies down here in Thurston County, so
for real.
Speaking of titles,
I did identify her as a rock, actually, like Dwayne.
That dude's highly inspirational too, man.
Dwayne, is that you?
Dwayne, yeah, Dwayne.
Hey, you said you're from California, right?
Right, dude, you're a huge inspiration in my life, man.
Just please stop doing so many steroids.
Right?
Bad for your heart.
Right. Oh man. What was I gonna say? Where were we? There was something that sparked something that I was thinking. Oh, label. We talked about titles. Titles, this is something I was listening to Goggins talking about, and he's right. When you put a title on somebody or something, it gives you separation, and it's a way to it's kind of like a get out of jail free card or something. It kind of separates you, and it gives you a way to judge somebody, I guess, you know what I mean? And what he was talking about is where it was applied as if action, what he meant by is like somebody's doing something that is making you look bad, you'll put a title on them too. You know what I mean? Like if they're just outperforming you or something like that, for instance, which is his example, they're like, well, that person's just crazy, that person's just he's a workaholic, he's a whatever, it's a title. Right. And so it separates you from ever having to ever be included in that category at all.
It's a tribal thing, right? You're putting them into a different group, so that you can be like us versus them, right?
Yeah. Well, not only that, it gives you that get out of jail free card too. You don't have to be a part of that ever. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, in his example, like, well, look at Jimmy here. This guy does fucking, 100 push-ups every morning. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, if, let's say you had the same requirement to do 100 push-ups every morning, but you're not, you're only doing like 10. You're like, yeah, well, Jimmy's just a madman, or he's whatever. Jimmy's just fucking this and that. It separates you from having any accountability. And it's like, people don't realize everybody has the ability to be normal. Everybody, and then I would say almost everybody has the ability to be great too. Yeah. And so with that context, that's what he was talking about.
That's what you're saying though. 100 push-ups isn't really that many push-ups.
Yeah, it probably is for me right now. I haven't done it.
Doing them all at once, but I mean, you could do 100 push-ups.
Oh yeah, break them up. Yeah,
you do 10 sets of 10. You could 100% do that. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Might take you 40 minutes, but you could totally do it. I am a he. Okay, well, we found out. Wow. How far is this delayed? What's going on here? Anyway, Yayo said, do you guys play any modern games? I play League of Legends. I play Valorant a little bit. I play Elder Scrolls Online. I play some Minecraft and some Terraria. Danny, go do 100 push. I don't know. Okay, hold up. I said I could do it. Doesn't mean I want to, okay? I've already worked out today.
Next podcast, man. We're going to put a title on this. You guys are crazy.
I'm not an ADC. I'm a mid-main, actually.
What's ADC?
Attack damage carry. It's the person that does, like... They do... So there's two types of damage in... Well, there's technically three, but there's two main types of damage in League. Is magic damage and physical damage. The attack damage carry does physical damage.
Okay.
I play mid lane. They usually do magic damage.
Nice.
So it's like, one's like the ADCs are usually like they have guns and they shoot with guns. And so you right click it and shoot the gun, and then like ADCs usually use spells and abilities. Or the mid laners use spells and abilities. So
potions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, right on. DPS, what's that?
Damage per second.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. Mm-hmm. Right on. Let's move on to the next topic. So we got past the contributor versus consumer topic. And that was a topic I just talked about. I talked about how anybody could be normal and anybody could be great as well. So I just kind of segued into that. That was great. This is something I want to talk about. The whole notion of people. There's like a facade that everybody is always, in order to be happy all the time, everything's got to be, I don't know, perfect. I guess it's frowned upon when people talk about unhappiness.
Yeah.
Or being alone or having alone time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that a little bit because the whole notion of people like saying, oh, you shouldn't be alone. You shouldn't do this alone. You shouldn't be unhappy. If you're unhappy, you should go do this. Like, it's okay to be unhappy. Like, it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to have really fucking shitty days.
Yeah.
It's okay to be by yourself. Matter of fact, I would encourage you to have some alone time more often in your head to understand yourself a little more. There's too much fucking noise going on.
It's too much of anything is bad.
Yeah.
Too much loneliness, too much sadness.
Well, I've had this conversation before. Is there really too much sex? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Like physically or like... Enlighten me.
You got too much sex. You could definitely get some fucking chafing. No, you get like a rash. You know what I mean? I had that happen, dude. You get a rash.
So have I, but That didn't stop me.
The shit could get. I'm just saying, it's too much. It's not good for you. You're getting a rash. You could get.
But if it was a bad thing, you would stop.
You could get infected. That's the worst argument I've ever heard.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
If it was a bad thing, you stop. That's like saying like if heroin was bad, you would stop.
Yeah. No. Good point.
Yeah. So.
I just think about like lions. I guess they bang like 25 times a day.
Yeah, but
and I know they're their penises are different, but
I'm sure the penises are different. They're also animals.
They're equipped to do that, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they're more resilient to shit like that.
Yeah, Phil's got it, dude. Put some lube on it. What the fuck are you doing?
You know what I did one time? I had sex so much when I was like a teenager that I fucking like did something to my hip. It was all fucked up. I was like walking around and every once like it would like grind weird and I was walking around and it like hurt and I would like slightly limp for like a few seconds and I was like, what the fuck? And then it would like go away and I would go have sex like 5 times or something in a day, you know what I mean? Because I was fucking like 14 or 15 or something, you know what I mean? So I was like, sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it would happen again. I was like, son of a bitch. So you could totally injure yourself. And that has nothing to do with lube. That was just my hip getting all fucked up from like too much banging.
Yeah. Here's my thing with the statement that too much of anything is a bad thing. That statement can be applied to anything. You could also say that not enough of anything is a bad thing as well. And you can just go on and on with these conversations every direction.
Nah, I don't know. Too much of anything.
Let's go with some examples here. I'll prove it. Let's start with too much of anything. I'll throw you some examples. Too much love.
Okay, that's fine. But, you know, even like...
Oh, I didn't think I'd get you that easy. I thought you actually had something.
How is too much love ever going to be a bad thing?
You could overthink it and say if you coddle too much, you could overlove somebody and then they... You know what I mean? If you reach, there's an answer there.
They've done scientific stuff on that. That's not actually a thing. People say that, like, you should... the tough love thing. You know what I mean? Like, you could over love your baby. You should let them cry, whatever. It's been scientifically disproven. So maybe, yeah. But I was thinking more of things like water, sex, stuff like that. You can have too much of all of those things. You know what I mean?
Oh, physical.
But I think love might be the only thing.
Give me time. I just thought of that in a couple minutes. I'm sure if I can come up with a list of shit.
What, happiness? Too much happiness?
Yeah. Again, we can reach and say, you don't want to be happy. It's okay to have unhappy days, like I just said. Matter of fact, some would argue that it's imperative you have unhappy days. Are we gonna? You see what I'm saying here?
Are we just really gonna nitpick my cliche statement? Obviously, it's not 100% foolproof. What I'm saying,
it's not your statement. It's a statement I've heard, and that's my problem with it.
Yeah, it's just a cliche, and you don't like it for whatever. It doesn't matter. My point is that having a sad day isn't a bad thing. What I meant is, you know, too much. Why I said too much of anything? I meant too much of those things.
Okay.
Too many sad days.
You should have said that. Too much of.
It was
such and such.
Cliches are there because they're easy to use and people understand them.
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, I just wanted to point that out though.
By nitpicking a cliche. Anyways,
no, I wasn't nitpicking. I'm getting some thoughts. I'm just letting you know that it's like it's really it's arbitrary. Everything is arbitrary. It can be applied to both directions. You can reach for anything. If you want to reach for shit that's sad, you'll find it. If you want to reach for shit that's happy, you'll find it. Reaching, I mean, whatever you're looking for, you're gonna find it in anything, is what I'm saying. You can construct whatever viewpoint you want about every topic, everything you see. It's all self-created.
Okay. Well, the only point I have here, which I'm gonna try to finish before you interject the thing again, is that having a sad day is fine. Being unhappy is fine. Being mad, being lonely for a little bit is fine. I'm saying if you have those things for prolonged periods of time, those are going to be bad for you. So I'm disagreeing with you that, you know, you can have a bad day. You can be like, I feel kind of lonely today. You know what I mean? If you're lonely for 3 fucking months, maybe try to fix that. If you're sad for 3 fucking months, maybe go talk to somebody. You know what I mean?
That's not healthy.
Point.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I forgot why you even said too much of a good thing was a good thing, because the whole reason I brought this up was like, yeah, I'm encouraging people to embrace the unhappiness. That's the whole thing I'm talking about.
Embrace it?
Yeah, it's okay to be unhappy. Matter of fact, I would encourage you to think when you are unhappy or whatever's getting in your head, sit there and think about it, analyze yourself, and kind of learn yourself a little bit more, because there's too much fucking noise. Your face is in the screen all day. We're disconnected. So I would encourage the alone times, is what I'm saying. I can't remember at what point you brought up too much of a good thing is a bad thing, though.
All I was saying is you were saying all those negative things, and then I was just saying a cliche statement, and then we, for some reason, had to go into it. It doesn't matter. Yango Express said, well, you guys are fun to tune into. He's been working for 15 hours, and it's my lunch break. Time for my lunch break, so I gotta do it. We won't be on later, but we will be back on Wednesday and next Saturday. And we're going to be changing the format, so definitely tune in. Also, we might hit you up as well when we get the Discord going on and stuff. So
thanks for stopping by, man. We really appreciate the feedback, too, and the suggestions. Always welcome back here, so we'll chat with you next time, dude. Get some rest, man.
Let's see. Money so Phil said, is too much money a bad thing? And I think
we know the answer.
It could be, definitely. It depends. That one actually depends. So it depends on what you're.
It's never black and white. It's subjective.
It's not black and white, because I feel like too much money can kind of corrupt people, though. You know what I mean?
That's when it becomes bad. Yeah. But if it never corrupts you, there's no problem.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, because. You know what I mean?
Because if money doesn't affect you as a person, I would say that too much of it's not bad. You're just getting more security, and you're still the same human being.
What about Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates?
It's not a bad thing. It's just irrelevant. It's unnecessary. It
could be bad for the economy. You know what I mean?
I'm naive to. I don't know.
If they're getting paid so much more, and then there's so many people that are barely making enough money, why is he making way more than he needs, and other people are?
Because he built a business.
Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for the people that have not taken action.
Yeah, but that's not the point, though.
Okay.
What I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is about capitalism at this point. About how the system is more for corporations than it is for people, right?
I don't disagree with you on that. I completely agree with you that I'm not big on corporations and stuff.
I would say there's not enough regulations for corporations, which allows corporations like that to get a monopoly, on the economy, and then
where they just buy businesses at that point. All they're doing is conquering.
Yeah,
they're dominating sectors,
which is unhealthy for.
That's business, man. It's always been that way in America for so long. I don't know how it is everywhere.
That's actually not how it's always been here. Really? In America, there were laws against having monopolies, and then they don't exercise them anymore.
It feels like that. I wouldn't know that, but it feels like that's how it's always been.
They used to break them up, be like, you can't have a monopoly on the market. You know what I mean? Because they lead to corruption, where basically these like, for instance, Walmart can buy these lots and run all of these other businesses out of business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That used to be illegal.
So now, there's loopholes to,
it's
rich people know the loopholes.
It's because the rich people went and lobbied, which should be illegal. I think that should be illegal. Lobbying is, you know what lobbying is, right? It's basically when they go and they want something done, so they go and pay money to go and they're basically petitioning, you know what I mean? They're sitting there.
It's almost like a protest. Not a protest, but a organized.
It's like a rally, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
But rally with money.
Like a campaign rally, but money's driven.
Yeah. And so these corporations, they are basically paying the government money to get deregulated. They have better policies and stuff and less laws that affect them over time. So that's where capitalism has failed.
I don't know at what point, using Jeff Bezos and Amazon as an example.
I was using an extreme example because he said
he started out as just like me.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Became a corporation, so I don't know. That could be an example of how money can be bad. Maybe the point where he turned corporate would be considered that. Because at first he was providing jobs for people. Yeah. You know how many jobs he's provided for people?
Yeah. You ever heard how bad those jobs are? A lot of
I haven't, no.
Yeah.
But that's a job you choose. You choose the job, you know what I mean? A job's a job, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you don't like the job, you don't have to have it. But the fact that people are choosing to go there.
Yeah, but okay, so think about it this way. Think about the cost of living in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
And then think about minimum wage in Seattle, working at Amazon, where the richest man in the world owns the company, and he pays people not even enough to live in their own place.
And people don't realize the control they have. They could all fucking go on strike or whatever and be like, hey, you have no employees, dude, until you actually bring the wages up to fit this city.
Yeah, but it doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is because the companies here have made the laws where they can go overseas and they can hire, you know, a bunch of Chinese workers to do the same shit.
Yeah, that part I don't know how to.
They can 100% do that. Like, oh, if you're not going to do them for this wage, we'll go overseas and get them to do it for even cheaper than you guys. Fuck you. You know what I mean? They can 100% do that.
Yeah, I don't see that being efficient for the business though, because it's better to keep it in house, have everything local. I mean, it's going to cost them more money to do that, I think.
I mean,
I don't know.
Think about Nike and all these companies that have all their stuff made over there in China. So
yeah, I don't know, man. When you get that big, it's
exactly. I mean, Amazon is that big though.
I know you got to make tough choices the bigger you get though.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying if
it's unfair. I get it.
I'm saying he could pay his workers that are padding his pockets livable wages. I'm not saying he has to make them rich. I'm saying pay them so they can afford to live in the area that they live in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're working for the richest man in the world at his company, that you're helping him make money, you shouldn't be on food stamps. That doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
That's my opinion on that.
I mean, just don't work for the guy, even if. Who cares where they're going and doing? Like, just thinking about the individual. Let's just use me as an example. Let's say I was working at Amazon and I come to the terms that you're talking about. I'm like, okay, this ain't working. I can't live in Seattle and work here minimum wage. I think it's beneficial for my interest to leave here. First of all, I wouldn't do that. First of all, I go straight to the person and be like, hey, this is what it is. What is it going to take for me to get this much money? What's the next pay raise? What's there to look forward to? And then I would start there. If they can't accommodate me, then I'd be out of there and I'd just disappear. I could give a fuck less what they're doing after that. They can go overseas and I don't care. The biggest thing is I'm taking care of myself and I don't want to be a part of that association because they don't care about their employees.
Yeah, I mean, that's true what you're saying, but I'm saying when is money, too much money, a bad thing? If you're making so much money and you're refusing to pay your employees...
Is that considered too much money?
That's where it's a bad thing, I think. If you're not going to pay them livable wages to do, you know, work for your company...
though. That type of business...
He has like $200 billion, though.
Here's why it's tough, though. So my business, the only way I can pay my top employees is because they actually push the envelope and they give me checks. The jobs get completed and I get the checks. There's no problems. This business is different. It's all the same thing. There's really no... I think there's not too many people that... There might be a handful of things that have more of an executive job that requires a little more... more moving parts to manage and things like that. But it's kind of like the same thing. It's hard for me to justify paying an extremely good wage unless that person's consistently bringing me in the checks.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I never said extremely good wages though. It's livable wages. So
yeah,
you think okay,
I always do that. So
yeah, we're paying. Yeah, so like you're thinking, okay, my employees live in the Seattle area. The average rent here for even like a studio is like what, $1,500, $1,600. So I need to pay them at least, you know what, $2,500, $3,000 a month.
Good point, Philip. Let's just go past. Let's step aside off that topic for a second and point something else out here. No one pays enough money. You're better off making your own future for yourself.
Yeah.
And starting your own thing.
Yeah, but the point I'm making.
But that's a separate topic.
Yeah.
But good point, though. I wanted to go ahead and just point that out, though.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about when it's too much money.
Yeah.
And in that case, when you're.
I just don't know what point. It's probably when he went corporate, I guess.
Because he's basically making his money off of, you know, shortchanging his employees. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that is a bad thing.
So. But yeah, we can go on to the next topic if you want about...
He doesn't have like many... The reason why I'm assuming why is because that's the same reason why I can do it. Just because I have multiple products to sell and some of them can go from $5,000 to fucking $100,000. And so obviously on a $100,000 project, there's much more profit for me to, you know, bonus or whatever, you know what I mean? Or his is just not. It's all. I don't know what their profit margin is per sale. I can't imagine it being.
It doesn't even they make so much. It's unbelievable. Like they're the biggest company in the world right now, and if they weren't making that much money, that much profit margin, you wouldn't have $200 billion.
Yeah, that is an insane amount.
There's no way. It's not like
Please tell me they're getting bonuses at least.
It's not like they're like, oh, he made like a 1% margin, so now we're just going to give him $200 billion. No, that's the profits that he's pocketing and not paying people enough money.
Please tell me that they're at least getting bonuses at the end of the year, Christmas bonus or something. Know. They have to.
I don't know.
I mean, that would just be absurd. Yeah, just in general, Jim was saying the Seattle wages are just, you can't live on them.
I think in Seattle, you need to make at least like, I think you'd still be you need to make it like at least 75K, right? Seattle?
Probably, I would say at least, yeah. I know rent is like 2K, easy. Yeah, exactly. At least. It can easily be higher than that.
Yeah, that's why I said like 1,600 for a studio, you know what I mean? It's probably like, 2K is probably more realistic.
So there's 25K just in rent a year. Almost 30K or whatever.
If it was 2K, it'd be 24K a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they say have your rent be like a third of your total pay to live comfortably, right? So that means you need to make about 75K because
okay. Philip says if I lived in Yakima, I would be able to live at least.
Philip says 100K.
Jim's like, easy, Phil. If you make 30K here, it's like 60K there.
Yeah, but that's because no one wants to live in Yakima.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it's a lot cheaper there, you know what I mean? There's just there's not enough business running through that town.
Rent is going up in Yakima? Well, they better start.
It's going up everywhere, but still, in context, it's still cheaper compared to Seattle. And over here, it's crazy over here.
Yeah.
Houses.
You know what's crazy? I don't understand why Seattle is so expensive. So I was looking up LA because I'm thinking about moving to LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cost of living in LA is the exact same in Seattle.
Is it? I can believe that.
But doesn't it seem like LA should be more expensive? People always talk about how LA is so expensive.
Yeah.
But like,
LA seems like a Seattle to me. I mean, Seattle's fucking huge, and so is LA.
LA is way bigger than Seattle, though.
Yeah.
And
they just are both gigantic. What do you call it? Metropolis type.
I mean, I guess if you count in the surrounding areas like Kent and Auburn and all that shit into Seattle, yeah. But like the actual city of Seattle is pretty small.
Yeah. Dump in Seattle is 200K. I'm not sure. What do you mean by that, Phil?
I don't even know what you're saying anymore. Did you have a stroke?
That's funny. We did miss a question from Poopy Pants. He was asking about what our thoughts were on violence.
Oh, video games and violence. I did see that. We just got wrapped up in what we were saying. What are our thoughts on video games and violence? I don't think you should. I don't know. I guess, is it social media or is it video games? I feel like back in the day we had video games with violence and there wasn't school shootings as much as there are now. I don't think that's a problem with video games. I never played a violent video game and wanted to go shoot up a school. You know what I mean? I feel like that's more of a
you're not mentally unstable. Also, you don't know how that would affect.
I don't know. Well, I mean, at least not violently.
Not that type of what do we call that? Psychotic or no?
Yeah.
Schizophrenic. What is that?
It's psychotic. Psychosis. Yeah, like psychosis.
There's psychosis where you'd have no empathy for other people's feelings.
Oh yeah, that's where you're a psychopath.
Psychopath. Okay.
Psychopathy.
Okay. If you have psychotic tendencies, I guess. That could be detrimental. I think might fuck with your head a little bit more.
Maybe a little bit, but at the same point, I feel like video games aren't even as extreme as like TV shows. Like think about like Game of Thrones or something. You know what I mean? Like like TV is pretty gnarly, and like Americans have the most violent like TV shows and movies in the whole world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think my opinion on that is I think it's bad for kids to watch. I don't know what age it should be okay to introduce it, but I think with a good mindset and maybe they should have people teach this, like explaining to kids before they get into games like this is fake. This is not to be treated as real life. It's not even nothing like it. You don't want to transfer any of this stuff in the game into real life. There should be some kind of course or something kids can have an option of, not necessarily mandatory, but just available. As just maybe even a support system. It might be for some people that are psychotic that maybe play games and they're thinking it's a real life or something. You know what I mean? I don't know, but when I play a violent game, I understand it's a game. It's not real, which is why I enjoy it. You can never do the things you do on a game in real life. That's why it's so fun.
Yeah.
And so, well, for the most part, you know, I mean, obviously you can shoot things, but like the type of games I play, you know, the things that are happening and they're, you know, the Walking Dead and things like that is just never going to happen in real life.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat's pretty gruesome sometimes. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. In the right setting, you know, it's okay if it's treated with, you know, it's treated with a grown-up mindset. But let's go. So Jim was saying those houses he built in 2008 are going for $300K. Yeah, it's crazy. He sold them for $200K 5 years ago.
50% increase in 5 years, though. That's actually pretty fucking insane.
That is crazy. Real estate is selling same day, posted for more than asking price. Yes. Yep. Market now. Yep, it's a seller's market right now all over. Yeah, right now it's fucking crazy. Unfortunately, I'm looking to buy a house, and I feel like it's the wrong time.
I thought that they were going to go down because of the pandemic, but they've gone up.
Yeah, because consumer rates have gone up. That's why I'm doing so good in
the opposite of what people thought was going to happen,
which could be conspiracy theory.
Dude, no, I was talking to Heather about this the other day. I was like, I feel like
this could have been planned.
Yeah, it's only because people were like, it's going to crash the market. It's done the exact opposite. The market's totally going up. It's fucking really crazy.
Consumption has just gone up. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
And contribution has gone down.
Nice.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's scary, dude. And like I said, I might have picked the wrong time to... Maybe I'm not going to buy a house. Maybe it might be a good time for me to buy some land and build a house and just tough it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
And just save me $100K or something. And then get a customizable house the way I want it. You know, I might do that and end up staying here and paying the $20K for a couple years. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but there's a lot of decisions to make. I definitely don't want to pay $500,000 for a house, though. I'm just not into that.
Yeah.
$300K for a 4-bedroom, good space, maybe good location. But I just can't justify anything higher than that.
I think my ex's house is about $300K, isn't it? 300?
Yeah.
Maybe it's about $350 now. I don't know.
That neighborhood would never work for me.
Yeah. That neighborhood sucks. But
I need more room.
Yeah.
I need like a yard so I can, you know, build a garage and shop. And
right.
I'm a business.
But I meant that size of house.
Yeah, as you can see, we got like 8 cars in the driveway.
I don't think you can build one for $100K anymore, right? Maybe.
No, $200K, $250K, you can build a house now. About $250K realistically.
What is the background on your monitor? What does that even mean?
The background on the monitor is actually artwork for our band that we haven't promoted yet, so keep it on the hush hush. This is from an artist that did Black Dahlia Murder's fucking album cover, and he also sold us a cover art that we're holding on to until we put out our album.
Yeah.
And so
for people who don't know, Black Dahlia Murder is a metal band. So
a very popular metal band, actually, highly inspirational for me personally, and for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, super stoked on that. I'm glad you asked, actually, because it's something I'm very proud of, and I'm like biting my teeth, like, I want to put it out already.
It has a ton of detail on it too. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
I think it's a digital art piece. I'm almost positive it's pretty dope, though.
Absolutely. It was about $1,500. Actually, he gave me a discount. It was about $1,350 for that piece. So that just gives you an idea of how much money those guys are making with digital art.
Well, not everyone, but he's obviously
really
very talented and has a portfolio.
Mm-hmm. So let's do this again. let's move it on down. Down the line, okay. Man, well, we won't talk about that right now.
Like, we don't got time for that.
Well, we do, but well, we might not actually. This is fucking funny. So I heard a PSA on the radio.
I'm like, what's the PSA?
I heard a PSA on the radio, right? It went something like this. It was like, with the coronavirus going on nowadays, you might be tempted to leave your kid in the car. Now, this could result in death, so you want to be careful with that. Look before you lock. That was it. Yeah. I was like, there's people forgetting their kids in cars. I know this actually happens. Yeah. And that PSA was targeted for unintelligent parents. Mm-hmm. So it's sad we have to have a PSA like that, is what I'm saying. I was like, wow, we really put money into a PSA like that because some parents forgot their child in the car.
This is why I'm a proponent of eugenics, and people hate eugenics. But I think we should not allow people to have children if their IQ is below a certain level.
Yeah, so they're going to leave their kid in the fucking car to roast to death.
There's too many stupid people, and stupid people have more kids on average than smart people, so the population is getting increasingly more stupid. And we need to do something about it. Otherwise, we're gonna be some fucking morons.
I'm really scared.
We're already pretty much there, man.
I am scared for our future. You nailed it, man. That's kind of also what I was gonna talk about too. Is like those type of messages are intended for the unintelligent people, and then the majority of people are unintelligent, which is scary.
And some of the unintelligent people are like out there making laws and stuff. Like there's so many stupid people out there and shit.
In positions of power.
Just think about how nice the world would be if we just got rid of like the bottom 30% of stupid people. We'd progress a lot faster.
Much better society, absolutely. Yeah. We need that, or we need to promote it, which I think we are, but
everyone gets an IQ test, okay? If you score below a certain point, you get fined for having a kid.
That's not going to stop anybody, though, because fines just go to debt or to collections, and then everybody's like, nah, whatever, come get me.
Jail time.
Yeah, so that's not going to...
1 year in prison.
I think there's got to be more of a physical...
18 years in prison.
You know... You gotta pass the IQ test. If you don't, you gotta get a vasectomy or something. Let's just get it real harsh and quick.
Yeah, I said that before. People don't like that idea.
If you fail the test, you got another month. You got a month to rectify. How bad do you want offspring? How bad do you want it? People that actually...
Better start studying.
Exactly. They'll put effort into that shit, because this is your last chance. You got 30 days to correct this test. It's kind of like the drive test. You fail, you get another shot. It's your last chance, though, because if not, you're going to get them vas deferens snipped. Oh, yeah, it's pretty funny, man. But yeah, the whole takeaway from that is I'm pretty scared for our future, too, because we're having PSAs like that for fucking idiots out there that are killing their children unintentionally because they forgot they had a kid or something.
How do you forget you have a kid? Every time I get out of my car, I'm like double checking I have everything in my pockets.
Or they just don't even think that the heat is,
oh my god,
is going to be unbearable for a child.
It's like
in a trap.
How do they not know that? Like when you step into your car for the first time on a hot day, you're like, holy
exactly.
shit.
Have you not ever gotten to your car on a hot day?
You like leave the door open when you turn it on, turn on the air conditioner, roll down the window before you even shut the door. You think how you gonna leave a fucking kid in there? You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. You know? Oh. Yeah, that's it. You're an idiot.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Someone take your fucking children from you, please. They'll be much better off.
Yeah. Dude.
Give them a fighting chance, please. Take them away and put them around some smart people.
Yeah.
That's what they need. They need more foster homes that cater to intelligence and like teach things of value, like maybe even entrepreneurship and things like that. And like here's
a good program. If you're below a certain IQ level, we get your baby taken away, and then we pay rich people to intelligent people to foster those children.
I like that. That's great. There's plenty of rich people that like to do that
because you can be smarter than your genes if you're raised in the right environment.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can at least make them smarter than they would be. You know what I mean?
Your upbringing. That's why I said, man, everybody has the ability to be normal, and almost everybody has the ability to be great. It really comes down to what you said, your upbringing, your support system, and people around you to open your eyes to your capabilities. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, this person's doing it. You need influence. You need someone pushing you or influencing you. You need something to gauge. You know what I mean? And if you have someone who's unintelligent, your role model or the person you idolize as your parent is unintelligent, not ambitious, just a poor decision maker, you're not going to get past that unless you are able to surround yourself around a different group of people or environment.
Right.
And kids can't, because that's their family. They're trapped in it.
Stuck there. Yeah.
It's sad, and that's the trap we're in. Unintelligent people trapping more unintelligent.
We should all call
people.
CPS. Like, I just seen this fucking idiot with these kids. Please take away those kids. He's really fucking stupid.
I'm pretty sure his IQ is like 60 something.
You need to take those children away.
This is imperative. This is an emergency right now.
This is a national emergency. Poopy said, why are people even bringing their kids? Well, they could be single parents.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter goes with me all over the place. I'm a single dad, so.
I mean, for some people, I understand where you know, if you have people at home, you should probably leave your kids at home with them.
Yeah. I mean, if you got that option, yeah. I mean, unless you want to spend time, like I like to bring my daughter with me all over because of the time, you know.
I want to spend time with them. Oh shit, I forgot her in the car.
If you're gonna spend time with them, keep them latched to you, like on your hip all the time.
They should be attached to your hip anyways, man. There's fucking people will steal your children, man. So
yes, absolutely. Yeah, why the fuck? That's another. Yes, there's multiple reasons not to leave your kid in the car. The sun obviously was this topic, but yes, to your point, that is a pandemic right now that's going on. Kids getting snatched up and sex trafficked, or you know, it's just sad, man. Don't put your kid in
people
risk.
That are just weird and want to steal children because they want their own kids, or some weird
something weird. Yeah,
there's people that do that even. You know what I mean? They just they're like, oh, that's a beautiful child. I wish I had a child like that. Let me steal that child. Those people are crazy, obviously, but like,
and do you think
shit happens?
Do you think a window is gonna stop? I mean, you could break a fucking window.
Yeah, what are you gonna do when you come back to your car? The window's broken and your child's missing, and you never see them ever again.
There's no going back. Absolutely, that's a mistake you made, and you gotta live with it the rest of your life. And not only that, the child has to fucking be tormented the rest of their life. So it's sad. Potentially, yeah. I doubt that they. I mean, the best case scenario.
Some well-off person's like, they left that kid in that car. I'm just gonna take that kid. That kid's mine now.
Right? I'm gonna teach that person a lesson. I'm gonna give that kid a good life.
To be fair, that wouldn't be the worst case.
I know.
Like someone, like a literally good person, sees some kid locked in a car in the sun. You're like, that person. Dude. They're like, that person doesn't even deserve this. Kid just breaks in the window and steals the kid.
This is a great Lifetime movie again. Listen here. Kid gets kidnapped. No, the unintelligent mom leaves the kid in the car on a 90-degree day. The frickin' millionaire in a Jaguar rolls up, sees that, and is like, that kid's mine. Takes the kid, raises that kid in a fantastic environment. Let's just say 20 years go by. 18 years, let's just for the sake of this script. 18 years go by, and you're like, okay, son, we've raised you into the man you are today, you know, and let's say he's got his shit together and he has a fantastic life. He loves it. You know what I mean? He wouldn't trade it for anything. And he's like, now's the time. I'm gonna tell you what happened, how you ended up with us. He finds out. He's like, yeah, we kidnapped you. And so I understand if you want to go seek out your mom. And then the whole Lifetime movie is just him seeking out his mom. He finds out she just lives in the mediocre suburbs, and explains to her, is like, yeah, Mom, I got kidnapped because you left me in the car. Like, you know, it's just, do you know what you could have killed me. Like, this could be a Lifetime movie, dude.
It's such a good one.
A lot of crying going on, a lot of hugging. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for.
I just forgot. Phil said, ain't it legal to break the window? If you see that, if it's not, I don't think anyone's ever going to do anything to you for doing that.
Right.
Like, no cop's going to be like, you save that child, you're going to jail. No,
Right.
it's never gonna happen. You know what I mean? So
Even if you just broke I don't know what you're talking about, but maybe you're talking about just breaking the window and going about your business or reporting it and be like, there's a kid in the car. I broke the window for some ventilation. You might want to go check on it.
yeah, I gave him some water and I walked away.
Yeah. Or I'll be here till you get here, or that type of stuff.
Yeah,
That's probably the noble way to handle that situation.
bitch comes out, you broke my window. You're going to jail anyway, so good luck with that.
The type of world we live in, most likely the person that broke the window would get a fine. And
I know, right? Isn't that fucking ridiculous?
I mean, I guarantee you that's what would happen.
100% would never pay that fine. I would let it go to collections. I'd be like, suck my dick.
The cop would focus his attention on the vandalism, be like, so sir, can I get your ID? And and why did you do that? Yeah, you have to explain that to the judge. It reminds me of Tacoma. I don't know, it was probably 5 or 8 years ago now.
Every time I hear one of these stupid stories, it just makes me think of, I just get the song This Is America by Childish Gambino stuck in my head.
I love Childish Gambino, dude.
But that song, every time something stupid American thing, I start thinking, I always get that song just comes up in my head.
We're fucked up, dude. We're fucked up. And it reminds me of this other case in Tacoma a few years ago where this guy broke into this lady's house. He was gonna rob her, came in through the chimney, got stuck in the chimney on the way down. I guess he fucked himself up on the way down and injured himself.
Was he dressed as Santa?
Right, that was awesome.
Hilarious.
The dude got a lawyer and sued the lady for hurting himself on her property and won.
Oh my god.
He won the case. Yes. This is a true fucking story. 20 miles up the road from here, just within the 5 to 8 years ago.
Here's what you do. You get a baseball bat. You smash it against something until it's cracked, and then you go break his knees, and then be like, I'm gonna sue you for breaking my bat, dude.
Right? Let's roll with this loophole here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You broke my fucking property, man.
When I heard, exactly, Philip, if you're living here, you remember that shit. When I heard that, I was like, this is fucking, I'm ashamed to be associated with America right now. This is what's happening. Or Tacoma.
Dude, oh my god. Fucking things like that make me so unproud to be an American.
It gets under my skin, too, because, it's just like, wow. It encourages people to do shit like that, too.
People are like, in what world? In this world. It's fucking stupid. This should not ever happen.
I can't believe that happens. It's just like, it encourages people to do it. Just much like murder, people getting 6 years or 10 years for murder and shit like that.
Or even less than that.
It almost encourages people to do it, in my opinion. Like, if I only got 6 to 10 years for murdering somebody, I'm almost willing to do that time.
I've heard people getting like 2 years, and you're like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I know someone personally who actually murdered somebody and they got out after a couple years. I know another person personally did attempted murder. These are not my friends. I just know them. Someone did attempted murder, served 6 years and is out. It's just crazy. Our whole justice system is fucked up, and I understand that whole system is just it's tough to be in that, to be the decision maker in that.
Also, it's just another American thing. The justice system isn't necessarily about justice. It's about money.
Yeah, exactly. It's corrupted big time.
Yeah,
it's sad because if
it was about justice, you wouldn't need lawyers. Mm-hmm. It would be about what happened. Okay.
It devastates lives too. That's the saddest part. I mean, when you confine somebody like that and you go through that, what I referred to as zoochosis for the animals, same thing for humans. We are not meant to be caged up like that. And it's just really, it's torment. Yeah. It's torment on the mind.
Yeah. My grandpa said the kid that murdered his brother only got 1 year.
Wow. That's sad, man.
Phil said he went to jail for not returning a movie.
What?
That's actually a thing?
Shut the fuck up. No way. Like, hey, we're talking the Blockbuster days?
You got some outstanding Blockbuster fees, so we're going to have to take it to jail. We're going to take it downtown.
Yeah, so...
Hey, Dad, can you bail me out of jail? No, we don't do that, son.
It's like, yeah, this is kind of how that conversation goes. Like... You get the call from Jim, like, you have a collect call from Phil. Hey, son, how's it going? what are you doing there? Like, what is going on here? I thought everything was okay. He's like, yeah, Dad.
Remember Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Remember? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was a great movie. I know. I loved it too. I know. Yeah. No, we kept it for 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, apparently I was only supposed to have it for a week. Yeah, and that's why I'm here. Yeah. Can you bail me out? It's 200,000, so you only have to come up with 2,000.
200,000.
Jim hung up. Oh, that's hilarious.
90 days, 89 were suspended.
Oh my god!
Wait, so you did one?
You did a day, yeah.
You did a day.
6 months probation. That is so excessive
for not returning a movie.
I thought for sure you get off just because you're white. That's crazy.
That's why I made this joke, because Grandpa, I remember back in the day, he was always like, he doesn't bail people out. And I was like, I swear to God, he totally wouldn't.
Anytime someone says anything about white privilege, I'm going to use your fucking story as an example, Phil.
My uncle went to jail for not returning a movie. And he got 6 months probation.
He's whiter than hell, so let's talk to you about white privilege.
He's white as fuck, man.
Oh my God. That is fucked up, man. I feel bad.
That's fucked up.
It's funny now, I'm sure it definitely wasn't funny at the time, but my God, I bet that's hilarious now.
He's like pissing in a cup because he fucking didn't return a movie.
Oh, right? If there was drugs involved there, like, did you not return that movie because you were on drugs? Yeah, you're gonna have to do a year of treatment now also, and piss tests every week.
Okay, I'll remember to never call Grandpa if I ever go to jail.
Yeah, he's not the person to call, apparently. What if someone secures a retainer, a deposit with you? So if they gave you $2,000, like, hey, if I ever get locked up, I'm going to call you and I'm going to call upon that $2,000. You're going to answer that call, right?
Hopefully that never bites you in the ass, Grandpa. Hopefully you're not ever in jail calling us, because we're like,
Jim, you better watch out. It can happen to the best of them, man.
You're like, you kid, you funny. Talk to you later. Have a good time.
Bye. Oh man.
Don't drop the soap.
You never know, Jim. Never say never, man. You never know. 10 years from now, you could just...
So someone might steal your ID and you might go to jail. That's what you just said. Phil went to jail because Craig stole his ID.
Phil did?
Yeah.
I have a similar story. I also went to jail because someone used my name when I was a kid.
When they stole a bike?
They stole a bike, and his name was... I'm going to name drop him, too. His name was Benji Hammock, and he said his name was Benji Murphy. That's what I was going by at that time. And the cop didn't do any diligence, didn't check his ID when he arrested him or questioned him or whatever. So they just put a warrant out for my arrest. And I had...
Didn't you serve that time?
I served a week before I got bailed out. And that was because someone used my name and the cop did not check. So yes, I've definitely been a part of the injustice.
This is America.
And that's exactly relative. People could just use your ID. Good old America, exactly.
Jesus, man.
That's why I don't talk to cops, man. I just want to protect myself. I'm saying there's great cops out there. I say that, but I want to protect myself.
I also, if I can avoid them, I do, because I don't need to interact with them.
You don't want to make that risk. Exactly. If you don't need to, then why?
Unless something's personally happening to me, I'm not talking to a cop.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
Especially if you are the one that's had the cops called on. You don't want to talk to the cop.
Yeah.
He said he could have beat it. He decided not to. I would have kicked his ass. Oh, man. Yeah, it's too bad, man. Funny things like that happen. We're winding down. Let's go over a couple rants here. Let's call this Ben's rants. There's our little snippet piece. That's more of a in-depth one.
In-depth rant.
So I'll keep it. My short rant is just me getting irritated with Labor Day weekend again. You probably heard me complaining about holidays on episode whatever that was. Yet again, here we are, another fucking holiday, and I need to be working on Monday. I am going to be working, but I can't actually, because I can't get material.
What was the last one you were complaining about? Memorial Day?
I think so, yeah.
Was it Memorial Day?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was one of those. It was like another Monday or something.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
It bothers me. I understand there's people that want that day off for... They should have selective holidays. for the fucking people that are hungry to actually make progress 24/7, or that just don't have the ability to take the time off.
A lot of places do holiday pay. They should just do that everywhere. You know what I mean? Hey, if you work on Labor Day, you get, whatever you get. They should just make it double pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the businesses need to do that. The corporate.
That's what I'm saying.
Corporations need to do that, because that's the problem. Like for me, my industry, I rely on manufacturers, and those manufacturers are closed. Yeah. So they should be doing that. Have something where like, okay, there's an option here for the people that want to work. Yeah, holiday pay is an option just to keep the economy rolling, just to keep it rolling. But the standstill is irritating to me. I have so much shit backlogged. I have no time to take a fucking day off.
I can get behind the option. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You should have the option. There's a lot of people I can probably agree with me that like,
there's plenty
I don't want the day off.
There's plenty of people that want the day off. There's plenty of people that don't want the day off. So just get a happy medium. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but more importantly, it stops production in all industries, and that's what's frustrating for me. Like I have with the coronavirus, they've backlogged all this material, and so now everything's 2 or 3 months behind, so I really have no flexibility for that. So that's my irritation. Holidays, once again, I have a love-hate relationship, because I like Christmas and Thanksgiving. I like a couple of days off for that, but it still bothers me because I understand I'm not being productive and I need to be. So that's my frustration with it. It's tough, but yeah, this has been a great podcast, guys. What did he say? It's not my company, so I want the day off. No, understandable, dude. Yeah. Like I said, no, the people that don't have incentive to work, I get it, dude. It's for the people that are hungry and also that can't afford to take that day off. If you can afford to take that day off and do it, absolutely. Me personally, I can't. Even though I need a day off, it's ironic. I'm in a trap. I need a day off, but I can't afford it right now just because of the backlog it's going to put behind and delay me. But all right, guys, we're wrapping it up, so let's do some quick plugs here. You can find us on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Apple, Spotify, and I feel like there's one more.
YouTube.
Darn it! YouTube.
One of the biggest ones too.
YouTube, guys. All right, so give us a like. Follow us, subscribe, give us some love, and spread the word. And then, like I said, we'll start implementing some of these ideas. And again, I thank everybody for watching. I thank Poopy Pants and Yayo for the advice, man, and the insight. That's super beneficial and helpful.
Definitely, for real.
So we'll catch you guys next Wednesday.
Yeah, and also we should have some exciting changes for the podcast in this next week or so. So
changes and a guest. We'll work on getting a guest in here so we can get some more perspective too. So have a good night, Phil, James, and I don't know why I called you James, because I looked at your name. I'll call you Jim. Good night, guys, and anybody else who's still on here. We'll catch you guys next Wednesday. So until then, have a great night and keep it viral.
Keep it contagious.